Hi, it's Jocelyn Donovan, the CPNP for Niwasik and Daswantag. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Seasonal Cooking. We're going to be making Gazpacho today, which is a cold summer soup from Spain. So the first thing we need to do to make Gazpacho is you need to take your bread, whatever kind of bread you have, and rip it up and put it in your bowl. Like that. So traditionally you'd use about half a loaf of day-old bread, but you can really use any kind of bread you like. And we're gonna sprinkle some oil, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Now when I make gazpacho, I never use an exact recipe. It's always just throw this in, throw that in, and we'll see how it turns out this time. So now the next thing we need is about 2 to 3 cups of water. I just poured in enough water to cover the bread so it will soak up that water and get nice and squishy. Now we're gonna set that aside. Next, we need to start chopping our ingredients. So for gazpacho, you just have to roughly chop all of the fresh ingredients. So I have a clove of garlic here. Now, because we are not cooking the garlic, we're just going to put it right into the blender. It will have a much garlickier taste than cooked garlic. So if you are a garlic person, feel free to use another clove. 1 clove is probably good though. It will be a little bit spicy. There. Now it's time to chop up the rest of our veggies. So you don't have to get fancy with this. No one's going to see the way you chop them. So just chop them up any way you like and throw them in the bowl. While filming, I forgot to remove the seeds from the tomatoes. Please remember to remove the seeds or else you're going to have some bitter gazpacho. I'm using 2 medium tomatoes. You can also use 1 large tomato or 3 or 4 smaller ones. There, all that chopped up. Now, for my second one, I'm also going to roughly chop it, but I'm going to set aside a big chunk here to cut up nicely so we can use that for our garnish. And of course, all of my scraps are going to go in the compost. I'm just going to cut up a little bit more nicely. Well, at least I'll try to. Oh, that part got squished. We'll just add that. There we go. Next we have our green pepper. Now this one, again, I can just roughly chop up. It's all going to go in the blender. There we go, after getting all of the seeds out, chop this one up. I am also going to keep back a few slices so we can use them as a garnish. There. And the rest, we're just gonna throw in the bowl. Next we have our cucumber. I like using a field cucumber for this instead of an English cucumber, but you can use any kind you like. Again, you just need to roughly chop it up. Go. Throw it in the bowl. Now this part, I'm gonna take my time with a little bit more and chop it up for the garnish. Now we have a beautiful bowl full of our ingredients. Here's our onion. Only need half of the onion, just save the other half for another meal. Again, this is just roughly chopped because we're gonna throw it in the blender. Now your gazpacho is ready for the blender. Simply pour everything in so you can blend it all together. Now try blending your ingredients together and see if you have enough water. As you can see, I did not have enough water in my blender to bring all of my ingredients through to the blades, so I had to add some more. Now there's some more water and all of my ingredients will blend together. Looks like everything is blended through really well now, so it's time to stop the blender and pour out our soup. So now we pour our soup into the bowl. We can add some toppings like the cucumber, the tomato, the green pepper. And there's some croutons too. Now I finally get to eat my gazpacho. Reminds me of home. Now, gazpacho is meant to be served very cold. It's meant to help you cool down on a hot day, which is also why we don't have to use an oven or anything to prepare it. It's 100% raw, which is also a lot healthier because it preserves all the nutrients in the foods. I love the little bit of crunch when you get a crouton. So keep your gazpacho cold in the fridge until you're ready to eat it, and then enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Seasonal Cooking. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Did your kids enjoy eating gazpacho? You can take out Gazpacho for Nacho from the Brantford Public Library, written by Tracy Kyle, illustrated by Carolina Farias. Gazpacho originates from the province of Andalusia in Spain. It is an extremely old soup with references in ancient Greek and Roman literature. However, two of the main ingredients in gazpacho, tomatoes and peppers, come from North and South America and were introduced to European cuisine in the 16th century. The word gazpacho is derived from the Arabic for soaked bread, implying the dish may have had Moorish roots. Traditionally, the dish consisted of chopped vegetables, oil, vinegar, and breadcrumbs. In Spain, it is classified as a salad. However, most modern chefs prefer to blend the mixture into a cold soup. If anyone at home who just found this on YouTube wants to try making this dish, or if you came back to this because you enjoyed it, here are the ingredients. You will need 1 large tomato, 1 green bell pepper, 1 cucumber, 1 garlic clove, half of a Spanish onion, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 2 buns or half a loaf of day-old bread, water, and croutons. Making gazpacho is incredibly easy. All you have to do is soak your bread in a bowl with about 3 cups of water, add oil and balsamic, and let it sit. Then you will roughly chop the tomato, bell pepper, and cucumber, And you can set aside a few small pieces for garnish and put the rest in a blender. Next, you chop the garlic and onion and add it to the blender. Add the bread and water mixture to the blender as well. Blend all the ingredients. If it's not blending smoothly, add more water. Pour your gazpacho into bowls and add some croutons and chopped veggies for garnish. Keep your soup in the fridge and enjoy it cold. There you go. Enjoy!